Well, it's 9:30. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. First item is approval of the agenda.
Make motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Minutes of June 27, 2023 board meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any additions, changes, or deletions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Approve agreement for BNSF roadway surfacing agreement Ashland Road project.
This is the long-awaited agreement between us and BNSF to redo that crossing
Perfect.
that they did themselves and then never got an agreement.
Is
Don't worry, that's our job, is to mess it up so people slow down.
this the only one? Yeah, is this the only one they agree to?
Yeah.
So the other one's still not?
What's it?
Are they gonna agree to redo the other ones?
So this is the only one that for this project. The state is putting in, I put in another application back in 2019 to redo the intersection at south of Bladensburg. That one is now just going through to get funded. To put up crossbars. I think there's already lights, but they're gonna put in bars and we're gonna upgrade that whole crossing, but outside of that, if you have another intersection you wanna look at,
The
we
one,
can,
my Chief Wampler was pretty bad
Chief Walkalo. Okay,
because of all the truck traffic.
does that already have flashing lights in our bars?
I don't know, I just meant the crossing part.
Okay, well, we can look at upgrading that, but depends on what you exactly want done.
Well, I just had a call on it a month or so ago about that crossing being rougher.
Yeah, so the railroader is responsible for, from 2 feet outside of each track. That's railroad's responsibility. From that back to the 50-foot mark is our responsibility, and we need an agreement to work within that 50 foot. This agreement here cost us $2,000 just to get to this point. We will have to pay for flaggers and stuff like that, but
They're not the easiest to work with.
no. I had to get Chuck Grassley involved on this one just because of they wanted to give us 180 days from November to get it done when we didn't even have a contractor lined up yet. And they wanted another $2,000 just to change the contract to today's date. So
Appreciate the effort. I know that they will at the crossing too.
it's like beating your head with a brick. So
I know at least one person sitting here crosses it every day.
Any further discussion or questions? Need a motion?
I will move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Resolution number 37, 2023, Burger Daughtry subdivision. Anything on this, Jeff?
that's not Kevin and Trent and Alicia work on these.
Yeah.
I do not remember there being any issues. I believe I signed the plats.
You can today.
Okay.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion, questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Resolution number 38, 2023, authorize auditor to pay bills and salaries. This one's one I always have a hard time with. It's a lot of bills.
There is. I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Number 6, resolution 39, 2023, abate taxes for 2021 payable 22-23 homestead removed in error. Error, you messed up.
Apparently,
You
I
messed
don't
up.
know. Cause I just got back and I just saw it, so I don't even know what happened, but. It's
And
pretty
it-
fixed.
We have 1 or 2 of these a year that someone accidentally gets taken off or something along those lines, so. I think the same thing will happen sometimes with the veteran credit or farm credits or something like that, so.
I'll move to approve.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Paul, proposed cameras.
I have, one wanting to face out to the, parking lot here. We don't have any visibility to that. Just anybody get key or anything like that. I know it's a, Kelly and I talked, to, it's a city parking lot, but, I think we do have some responsibility to our people that work here just to protect their vehicles and whatnot. Then there's one, facing down the walkway there that needs to get plugged in. We have one for the elevator. I guess as of yesterday, when they started hammering, the east camera at the front door went out. But I assumed I was gonna use that for the Gothic House camera by the statue seemed to have come back. I don't know how that happened. They had a storm there and it just showed up again, so. Yeah, I want to put 2 cameras out to the Wackle Building parking lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the other one is there is a camera out at the agency, City Hall, that we have access to. That to fix it, it's got a wired line going across the street there. We can put up a little access point a lot quicker for them and fix that camera. The fact that when we do that though, that was just, they just included that in this. I guess that's about it though.
$6,090, is that, do you have that budgeted in your budget,
No.
Paul?
I guess that's why these kind of all came up at once, so that's
Are these new installs or just fixes?
2 would be a fix. 2 of the 7 would be a fix. From the agency camera and the camera out front here. I'm gonna troubleshoot that today. Hopefully the camera out front hopefully isn't an issue, but
I know the safety committee, which Tim was with on, were looking at multiple cameras in areas. I know the employee parking is one, the back sidewalk's one. What were the other ones, Tim?
I think he hit a couple of the major ones.
Yeah.
the parking ones. Sure.
Right, wasn't it the parking lot and then the one by the back door or something?
Yeah, the back walk, the back park. There's nothing, we don't have anything on any of the floors either, correct? No cameras on the
no.
In the commons area.
commons areas.
Isn't there one outside of our office though?
Yes, and there's one outside your office, one outside the treasurer's office that shoots down past the elevators.
But nothing in the hallways where people congregate for court.
No.
That's some of the areas we were talking about in the meeting that we'll be looking at probably having to do as part of that safety thing, so.
We'd have to run wiring up to their display.
So just to give you a heads up, I know you hit one of the areas for sure, the back sidewalk and the parking, so.
I guess talking to Linnell at Public Health, I guess there was some people at the Wackle Building parking lot. Now they've got to move every 2 hours, obviously, so they could have that camera up and see if they were getting chalked or whatnot. But I guess there was some people out there keying or going around and testing doors.
Yeah, every parking lot. That's an autumnal thing. Every year we leave your car, we're gonna check the door handle.
Driveway.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And it's just free to drive.
We've had some slip trip and pole claims on safety committee too in that back parking lot, so it'd be nice to capture before what happened.
Darren, do you think we should add cameras to this to get it done?
We're gonna, at our next meeting, we're supposed to be coming at our next meeting with more on the cameras, so we haven't finalized anything yet.
Okay.
And of course, everything depends on budgetary, so. But I know he did hit two of the areas that were major concerns, and that was the back door and the employee areas.
This is just kind of to give you an idea, of what we're looking at. It basically works out to almost $1,000 a camera. It's just $100 license, it's about $350 for the camera, and about $350 to install it.
You know, what areas have access to the cameras? Who would have,
Anybody that needs them, I think, we've kind of come to the conclusion it's not for watching people, it's just it's for security,
for review? Yeah.
you know, but, I gave it to, Linnell and Charlene just so they could see outside their doorway what was going on out there. Yeah, anybody that really, it's possible we just don't have access outside our network. I kind of set it up that way, so we can't get hacked, can't get our camera system hacked,
Mhm.
and a national treasure thing, you know, that,
It's a common vulnerability, and then
yeah, I don't want anybody looking inside the jail, obviously, you know.
No,
the dispatch has access, right? So they-
Yep.
Yep.
okay, so the 6 areas, once again, is agency, back parking lot.
Yep.
The back door too.
We can take that one if you want to, we can move that one. I figured pointing down the cobblestone, driveway. Maybe if we can turn that one to the left.
One of the things we talked about is redoing the steps. So all employees can come in the back.
Oh, okay,
So that entrance will be getting used a lot more, so,
okay.
because people were nervous about coming in the front door, so we'll just come in the back, so.
And I guess one other one would be, it'd be nice to have something down in this corner. We've got one up in the attorney's office that shoots all the way down here, but we don't have anything really here. That's, I mean, you could,
And the only city camera points, I believe, from City Hall up Court Street.
yeah,
That's the only view from there, so.
so it's up for discussion. It's just kind of an idea of what this would cost. I mean, if we wanna cover these areas,
So basically, we're talking about 6 cameras, and we can adjust where we're gonna put them.
yeah, seven cameras.
7 cameras.
Yeah,
Well, I'd recommend paying for it out of a line in your budget somewhere. If we have to amend it next year, we
okay,
can. With this amount, shouldn't be a problem with that.
Good plan. I'll make the motion to approve this.
I second it.
Any further discussion? Questions? All those in favor?
I,
Those opposed? Bids for heat and air at Pioneer Ridge Nature Center. Rick, anything you want to add? 2 bids?
Yep, 2 bids, 5 weeks we contacted these 5 local air conditioning companies directly. 4 come out and looked, 2 submitted bids. 4 recommended that anyone go last back to the lowest bid.
And this is an unbudgeted item, correct?
And fortunately,
We're probably gonna have to pay it at a loss,
Or he couldn't in his budget.
or do it that way too. We'll figure out how to pay it. I got some pop cans.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Any further discussion, questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Number 9, copier maintenance contract. This is just a standard yearly maintenance contract that we have to approve.
Make a motion to approve it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Number 10, acceptance of settlement. This is to settle a lawsuit with a former employee of the Solid Waste Commission. Solid Waste, the county's part of Solid Waste, city's part of Solid Waste, so this has to be approved by us, Solid Waste Commission, and the city of Tumwa. I believe the city of Tumwa is also doing theirs tonight, so this will just absolve this case with prejudice, and we can move on. It's from recommendation of our council to settle, even though none of us like it sometimes. It's the way the system works, I guess, so. So need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
What we gotta do about it. So,
Oh, we got to read it word for word, don't we?
Yeah. Here. Go ahead.
Upon advice and recommendation of legal counsel and in order to avoid the risk, the time and the costs of continued litigation, I move to accept the settlement agreement and release of all claims between the county and Christopher Benton.
And I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Personnel request for payroll approval, change of employment, mental health of Southeast Iowa. Ryan, anything you guys want to add to this, or did you just miss us?
So, Tish has gotten her degree. She's in 3rd grade. She currently, does some clerk work in the Wapello County Jail. And so we would like to move her to a justice involved coordinator. So she's able to do some service coordination for wraparound services for individuals that have mental health diagnoses that are in the jail. So this is a change of her position.
Any questions or comments?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Other business, cash door for auditor's office for 4th quarter. Need a motion to accept and file.
I'll move to accept and file.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Final cash report for fiscal year 22-23. Need a motion to accept and file.
Motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Any other business come before the board?
Can I speak real quick?
Yes, you can.
Jared Hirschberger, I'm with Apex Clean Energy. I just was stopping by just to check in with you guys. One thing I did have to add is we just closed our quarter for the community grant. We didn't have any applicants from Wapello County this month, but I just want to get that out there. If there's any, if you guys know of anyone interested, it is going to be a quarterly grant, so every quarter we'll have another round of it. As far as anything for us report for the project, I don't really have a whole lot. I don't. Do you guys have any questions or concerns? I know
Ruben told me yesterday he should have the final draft.
I was curious. I knew you guys were working on that.
He said it should be ready. It was supposed to be ready yesterday. I didn't get it, so I was hoping he's here today. So,
Yeah, and we'd love to take a look at that when you guys have it.
and then we'll start getting our pre-meetings set up. And
That sounds like fun.
To go in a little bit on the grant, what is it that what's your focus? What's your,
Any kind of community projects can be education. We've funded law enforcement, public health, first responders.
what's the grant size?
We generally do $5,000 a month.
Okay.
And we can be a little flexible with that as well, depending on the demand.
Very good.
Can we buy rock trucks with that grant?
How far will $5,000 get you?
5,000 a month, I could work with that.
And that is another thing about it. It can be applied for every quarter. So if you do get it, then you can apply again.
So it's 5,000.
It is 5,000 a quarter.
dang.
It would be 5,000 divided
Did
between
about 10 years of it.
3 different organizations.
Take that truck and the shovel.
Very good. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Anything else to come before the board?
Want to talk real quick about your safety thing?
Me?
Yeah, tell these guys about.
I can. The last safety meeting, we had talked about the panic buttons that we have. And there was an incident that had happened and some different things, whatever. Well, I had talked to Darren a bit. When I was in Monroe County, we used to have Secure Tech as well. And we had it was set up over there that when somebody pushes the panic button and email and text went out to all employees. That way, if somebody would happen to be outside of the courthouse at the time that something happened, they weren't walking into the courthouse while the situation was going on. I had spoken with the county engineer over there just to see how they set that up, and he said it was a kind of a deal that Secure Tech helped them set up, so, I just didn't know if that was something that there was interest in, to have that ability to send those messages en masse to everybody, so they're aware that something's going on if something happens.
I thought that
I don't think we get text messages.
I don't get text, but I get an email.
Department heads get emails.
Yeah, so this,
This broadens it out.
yeah, it went to everyone that wanted one, I guess. And then as well as sending a text message. That way, if you weren't with your, email or whatever, if you're out coming back and something's going on, you have that notification.
I don't have an issue with that being looked into.
Yeah, I recommended you just get the information, bring it to our meeting, so.
Anything else? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thanks, everyone.
Rick, did you stop out there and get that